were best friends and roommates until one of them flipped and killed the other one. Now the Fulton County District Attorney's Office is taking us inside a bizarre murder conviction. Channel 2's investigative reporter Mark Winnie has the murder in a Midtown townhome where the killer beat and then strangled the victim. Mark, this was in 2022.
Yeah, Fulton County's lead prosecutor on this case, Cassie Hall, says this case handled by the Fulton DA's major case unit involved two stunning women so tight they called each other sister, a relationship that ended in stunning fashion, in murder.
Jamaria was so fun, loving, caring, giving, just goofy, smiling all the time, just down-to-earth, loving girl.
The tragic story of Mimi and Mo. Okeisha Range, nicknamed Mo, was so controlling of her roommate, Shamaria Mimi Fletcher, attempting to isolate her from friends and family. It was like she had a stranglehold on Mimi's life. But when Mimi broke free by scheduling a trip without Mo,
an annual trip that she had missed prior years because of this defendant.
Okeisha Range literally strangled Ms. Fletcher at the Midtown condo where they lived, says Fulton County Chief Senior Assistant District Attorney Cassie Hall.
She beat her where she had contusions all over her body from her head to her feet, and then after that, she strangled her to death.
Prosecutor Hall says Ms. Range suggested she and the victim had been play fighting and Mo kicked Mimi.
I said, look, quit playing, and I kicked.
But that Mimi was alive and talking after that, but that doesn't explain the choking.
According to my client, no, it did not upset her. She did not have any issues with her going on a trip.
Defense attorney Anton Rowe.
Ms. Range does, in fact, continue to maintain her innocence of all charges and allegations.
Oh, my gosh, I can't even. I'm seizing.
Ms. Hall says Mo Range frequently feigned illness to manipulate Mimi Fletcher. And in 2 Atlanta police interviews, Mo acted as if she was having seizures. But the prosecution used that against her, playing excerpts at Keisha Range's recent trial, which culminated in a conviction for murder and a life without parole sentence.
She still maintains that she's never faked any type of seizures. She did, in fact, have real illnesses.
We roommate together. They seem to have a great relationship.
Antoinette Degree told us she roomed with both women about 10 months and testified for the prosecution.
I wanted justice for Mimi because during the time that I was in her space, I didn't feel like she was being treated fair in the friendship.
Was she controlling?
Very controlling.
Ms. Hall says for years while Mo Range roomed with Mimi, Mo mooched off Mimi, whose personality sparkled so much she had been elected president of the Eta Mu chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority at Georgia State.
Okeisha Range didn't buy herself food. She didn't pay any rent. She didn't have a source of income.
Being a freeloader does not equal a murderer.
But Ms. Hall says barring a successful appeal, the state of Georgia should be feeding and housing Mo for the rest of her earthly life.
My client has directed me to file a motion for new trial, which indicates that she will be appealing the case.
We have someone that becomes literally obsessed with a friend, and when that friend started pulling back, the only way that they could control them was to take their life.
I think when you see the signs multiple times, you have to leave.
Now, defense attorney Rose says he does not believe his client, Ms. Range, was controlling to the extent that Ms. Fletcher was isolated from family and friends. Ms. Degree says she witnessed Mo behave certain ways when Mimi's friends were around, and when it came to drawing attention to her illnesses, that led Ms. Degree to conclude Mo was indeed controlling. Reporting live inside the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.